More and more people are using the plastic wrap trick on their doors because it solves a problem that every one of us is familiar with. Because I'm pretty sure that you also have a significant number of interior doors in your apartment or house. And you probably have at least one that on a regular basis opens or closes all by itself. That means you set it in a certain position, but then the door starts to open on its own or just keeps closing further and further. But with this simple plastic wrap trick, this won't be a problem for you at all in the future, and you don't even have to make any major or complicated adjustments to the door, because this is something that absolutely anyone can easily do at home. Before we get to that, of course, everyone should know that there's also the option to make some adjustments directly to the door hinges. That's why I'll briefly explain that process. Because if you remove the door, you can manually screw the upper hinge component in or out to adjust the specific angle at which the door sits. On the other hand, we can also push the lower part in or out, which helps to improve the contact pressure on the door's protective rubber seal a bit more. And of course, you can also adjust the height of the door a little using hinge washers. But these are all adjustments that usually don't actually solve the problem of the door opening and closing by itself. However, we can fix it with plastic wrap. For this, the first step is to take the door off its hinges. Grab the door on both sides and pull it upwards until you've lifted it off the hinges, then set it aside so it can't tip over. It's best to get some help if you can't remove it by yourself. Now you'll need some plastic wrap, and you should carefully tear off a small piece of it. Because you can wrap that plastic wrap right around the door hinge, specifically that little metal pin that's still attached to the door. Wrap it around 2 or 3 times and press it down a little. The main advantage of plastic wrap is that it sticks very well to itself. Now do this on both the lower and upper pins on the door frame. Now you should take the door again, ideally with some help, and carefully place it back onto the 2 pins. If a small amount of plastic wrap is sticking out now, you can simply tear it off. And now, if you move the door to any position, you'll notice that it no longer opens or closes by itself. The reason is quite simple. We've slightly increased the size of the pin. This means the door can no longer swing open or close so easily, but instead tends to stay in place. However, when you open and close the door yourself, you won't notice any difference at all. And if you also want to know why you should definitely spray WD-40 on your refrigerator, then check out the video you now see on the screen. Just click on it.